Okay, guys, like the title says, a little bit of a delay in the tools, but they're coming. They're coming. Um, not much going on the bench tonight, but for those people that are wondering about tools, I'll just do this right off the bat. I talked to my machinist tonight, and hey, Will, uh, did you try that EXL chain, Will? Um, I talked to my machinist tonight. Just so everybody knows, they're delayed on getting me more rods, but they're going to effectively do an emergency type order to get me over the hump so I can fulfill orders. There are four people that have actually. Hey, Marshall and Maka, how are you? Um, there are Steve. Hey, Steve. So he's doing stuff to get me over the hump. He told me it would be this week. Right now, we're looking like mid late next week. Um, is when they'll be in my hands. So or machined or whatever. So I'm hoping Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week. They'll be done, and then I'll drive down there and pick them up, and then I will get them in priority envelopes as soon as I possibly can. So for those people that are waiting, it's a bit of a wait. Sorry, we're all this stuff is it's paid for. The blanks are there. Um, the Hey, Norm. Yeah, everything's paid for. The blanks are there. It's just a matter of my machinist getting to it. And right now, because of the baloney that's going on in the world, there are issues. So, but he is getting to it. It will get done. Yes. So there is that. Um, and believe me, as soon as I see, hear anything, whatever, I will immediately let you guys know. So, what else? Did have something else on the 288 tonight, which is at least sort of interesting. Because I went to work on this 288. Okay, 288 updates. I actually sold a 288 yesterday. Had been on the docket to sell for a while, and it sold. So, which is great. So, thank you to Carl for picking that up and a nice smooth transaction. And he loves it, and I think he's going to be really happy with it overall. But now I've got this one that I need to finish up, and yeah. So one of the things, the biggest thing holding it up is the exhaust. And so I need to get welding gas down at my folks. But I went to put on the clutch drum the other day. And I put the drum on. I put the oiler pinion in. I put the drum on, and I noticed that this 7-pin sprocket tends to go all the way in here, and I said something's not right there. I'm missing something. So I'm like, I've got the wrong oiler pinion. So I pulled the oiler pinion out. It's this one that I got in here. I pulled the oiler pinion out and tried a 394 oiler worm, and it doesn't fit. As it turns out, there's two different oilers in the 288s. Some of the 288 oilers are compatible with the 394 worm. Some are not, and that's these. So there's actually two pieces that go inside here. One is a seal first, and then one is another piece of plastic that basically fits there flush. So those parts are on order. Something else to order. Fantastic. I didn't know that was the way with 288s. But now I do know. And then once you have those two pieces, then you can put the rim and the drum on, and then the clutch. and the bearing, of course. So I will go over all of that when I get it. Yep, the world is going bonkers. Everybody's losing their mind. So I hope everybody is happy and healthy and all that fun stuff. Questions, comments tonight. For those people that have found the tools stuff, I'm sorry for the delay. There's just nothing I can do. I've done everything I possibly can on my end. It's right now up to my machinist to get it done, and due to viral issues, things are wacky with the schedules. So, other than that, questions, comments, anything going? Because I don't have. Oh, I have one other thing. On my 660, not the 280, on the 660, typically I like these blue decompression valves. I like the Husky valves more than the Steels, so I put the Husky blue valve on my 660, and it's been okay, but the compression when I tested the compression with it, the compression's awfully low with the decomp in, but it's really high with it out. So I said, well, maybe I put a different Husky valve on, and sure enough, a 350 valve fits, which is actually a gray instead of blue. And so I put that on, and I'm going to try that for a little while and let you guys know what I think, if it starts easier or anything like that. Because it was just kind of, it would pop out, and I'd have to hold it in while I was cranking it. And it was a little bit odd. So I'm going to let you know if the 350 350 valve actually works any better. What else? One dead in New Zealand. Yeah, we we have a serious situation in Connecticut, so I'm trying not to do too much. If I go out to the grocery, you gotta go and hit that fast and get the heck out of there and come home and shower and all that stuff and try not to touch anything. So so far my family's good. Hey Larry, did you get the box? Did you get that box yet? Please tell me you got the box. I was gonna check. Are all the decomps on the Huskies the same? No. The 350 has a decomp with a smaller hole. Came yesterday. Okay, good. Has a smaller hole, and it's gray instead of blue. Hey, Drifty. Hope everybody's happy and healthy. Was there anything good in that box, Larry? Please tell me there's something good in the box. Hopefully it didn't come smashed. Yeah, tomorrow, Junkyard. You get the box tomorrow. That's exciting. The good box. Oh, you haven't opened it. Larry, open the darn box. Wipe it down with a Clorox wipe and then open it. Yeah, Junkyard. So the one thing I might have forgotten in your box, because I had meant to take it off the 262, check and see if the 262 has this bar plate or not. If not, then I owe you a plate. You sprayed it out with Lysol, yeah. I'm actually, like, stuff that comes in the house, I'm actually just letting it sit there in the front hall for just a little while, like a couple of days, if I don't need it. Well, Junkyard, I had planned on pulling it off of my 262 to give to you, and then finding one later. But I pulled my 262 apart, and I'm like, oh, I got a bar plate here. Oh crap! So if you're missing it, just let you know, and you need it, let me know. It's still in your porch. Bring it inside. Put it in a plastic bag, but bring it inside. I didn't lick it. As long as none of the postal workers licked it either, you're good. I just hate selling saws that are not complete. I want a saw that's complete. So actually, the 288 that I sold yesterday, I don't put um, the spring on the front. I don't think it's useful for these things. If you're running a 28-inch bar or less, you really don't need that anterior spring. There's just no real need for it. But the guy that bought the saw said, "Hey, I do want that," so I shipped that out today. So that's good, or it'll be in the mailbox tomorrow. But you get the idea. Yeah, we're kind of on lockdown. I mean, I tell you what, the roads are awful busy. I went out to CVS today just to go through the drive-through, and the roads are plenty busy. I'll tell you what. One other quick thing that I just picked up, and these came from Amazon. It's a DeWalt. It's a Chinese DeWalt copy of the XRP battery pack, and I tried it today, and it actually works darn good. It's got a little button on the back of it, charged, and it goes in the regular charger. So I got these off of Amazon, two for $70 shipped, and they work. So far, the one that I've tried, I put out my grinder on it and had at it with my um, mower blades, and it really worked quite good. Runs good. So, yeah. Air compressor took a hit off a reed valve, broken in half. Oh, I don't know, man. Yeah, the air compressor that I have, I don't even know what's in it. It's an old dental compressor. It's probably from the 50s. Still works. Pumped up my tires in my car with it today. I did a change. I changed out the snow tires to summer wheels, and I actually had the kids help, which was cool. Um, it was a really nice day for it. But I actually used the compressor today, and it worked fine. Yeah, I don't know if the liquor store is closed. It wasn't um, a week ago. Like a week ago, it was not closed. I have to check. It's old. It's small, Norm. Actually, I'll show you. I'll take you. I mean, nothing else going tonight, but I'll show you. Don't mind the laundry. In case anyone wants to see my boiler, which you can't see here. But here's the old dental compressor. It's not that big. Hey, Leonard. It's small. Um, even got a sight glass there. Tiny little. I mean, you can look at the size of my hand here. Tiny little pistons. I've got it cranked up to about 85. It just takes a long time, which is why I've got a propane tank here with no propane in it, of course. It's just compressed air. So basically, that's the tank, and then this is a separate tank, and it just goes right up to 85 and then stops. And when something leaks it down, then it cranks a little more. So I put together my whole shed with this thing. All right, buffering. So I put together the whole shed with that thing. You drive a few nails in, and then you got to stop and then drive a few more. You have shine? I have to go look, see if I have any. I might not. So, anything else you guys want to see? Questions, comments? Again, for those people that are just got here, the tools unfortunately are delayed for at least another week. I'm hoping not 2 weeks, but they're talking mid. I was hoping to get hey, we're working on them like tonight, but my machinist said no, it's going to be next week. So that stinks for sure, but it's the best I got. And what I'll do is I will definitely let people know the second I hear anything. We're gonna get people on board. Norm, that's cool. Air compressor. Yeah, it's funny. Like, you probably don't really need to make anything. You can find these things for pretty inexpensive. Just have to look in the right spot, I'm sure there are tons of old dental compressors out there, and they're built to be run, basically 24 hours. That's what they're, even the old ones. That's what they're designed for. They're designed to run and run and run and run and run, and that's it. I haven't tried the restaurants yet, see what's going on here, but my understanding is that takeout is still allowed. I don't know about delivery, but those saw parts. I'm sorry. That sounds terrible. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dental. Well, um, for the last 40, 50, maybe even 60 years, the major amount of dental handpieces have run on air, been air driven. And when you drive things with air, it's got to be pretty darn clean because it's going to somebody's mouth. So you have to have very clean and reliable air, and that's, dental compressors are very specific for that. Yeah, my wife's been making a lot of soup. That way, during the day we can just have that. Makes things easy. Uh-oh. It's a buddy of mine, and I will get back to him later. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, there's tons of projects I want to do too, Mega. Right now, my big job is actually working with my little guy to do schooling. So most of the day, that's what gets taken up in my day. No, can't go wrong with soup. I'm definitely not tired of it yet. Cherry Shine. Strip the paint off the truck. Nice. Chili and cornbread. There you go. I could eat cornbread all day long for sure. I would get huge. Well, not really homeschooling. It's school at home is a better way to put it because it's curriculum from the school um, that we have to kind of be on top of him like all day to do it. Takes a lot of time. My daughter's pretty good, but for my little guy, you got to stay on top of him because the whole self starting thing is like zero. Two lambs cuts up, yummy, nice. So yeah, this 288 when it's done is gonna be for sale. Also, anybody wants it, let me know. Um, just don't know when it's gonna get done. Yeah, I've really been looking forward to the day I can get rid of the car seats. Hey Stanley, how are you? Very much looking forward to getting rid of car seats. That's for me. Canning sounds like a good idea. Pork chops, onions, mushrooms. Not the magic mushrooms. I'm not a mushrooms guy. No mushrooms. I don't eat fungus. At least I try to avoid it. Take care, Norm. Yeah, mess with the compressor. Best of luck. I was good here. No worries. Good. Here in Connecticut, we got trouble. Number four in the nation for infections per capita. So, not good. We're right next to ground zero in New York, you know. So yeah, if anybody wants the 288 here, please let me know. I'd be I'm interested in selling it. Just need to get it finished. Your dentist closed down, no top teeth. Yeah. Gas price is 69 cents a gallon. Wow. Wow. Yep. Some craziness. Craziness with the markets. You didn't hear that. Right. I'm not saying, I'm not saying it's going to be right up your alley, I wouldn't say that. But you'd really like it. I wouldn't say that either. Junkyard, do yourself a salad. Make sure that 394 is what you want. If it is, then we'll talk about this one. President Trump saw it. This, this one's going to be good. I need the darn exhaust to be welded. I know he wants all that. Yeah. Thing is, I've got plenty, so I definitely don't need this one. Definitely don't need this one. I just need the darn parts for the drum, which are on their way. I talked to the guy today I was buying from. He's got that stuff going out, and then I just need to weld up an aggressive muffler. But I need welding gas to do that. So I got to be down at my folks to do that. Yeah, this one's not going to be near as expensive, but brand new OEM head, brand new OEM carburetor, high top, brand new OEM high top air filter, new bearings, new seals, the whole shoot here. All right, Jesse. Jeff, excuse me. It's not the other guy. I have my two best customers, Jesse Grimm, and I think Junkyard is probably number two at this point. I know, not to insult James. James is up there too. It's really hard to pin you guys down. Number one, number two, number three. Who knows? You got a little pocket change. It's good. Larry's done buying sauce and the virus blows over. Yeah, I know. I hear you. Well, see, I have the muffler for this, but it's not opened, so I could sell it with a non-opened muffler, and at least that would be something. And then I can let you do the modification, and then I'd have to adjust the price accordingly. That's not a big deal. Helps me move something, but it's gonna be that's crazy talking. I know. Oh, okay. All right. All right. I just don't know when my dad's gonna get welding gas. And I'd rather get the saw moved, rather than hang on to it. You see what I'm saying? You guys see what I'm saying? Loud pipes. Yeah, you and Dave Lefevre, those guys. If it's not open, it's not happening. Um, Stanley, 288, so 88 cc's. Yeah, not quite 90. This is I think it's actually a 181 case half on this side, and this is a 288 case half on this side, and this is all deck. This is decked to optimize squish. I don't even know if we checked compression on this. We might have checked compression already, but it was pretty stout. Probably 175, 180, somewhere in there is pretty typical for a build like this. Yeah, I gotta get this to as soon as I get that darn muffler. Boom, boom, boom. It'll go together, be good. Off to Mason, have him run it. But I gotta get that dang welding gas. Stanley, you want one of my Chinese top end 372s? I got 235 pounds of compression on that one that I just made. As it turns out, it's pretty easy to start. It's really not bad. Yeah, the high top on this is interesting. I've never it's a weird high top. I don't know who drilled these two stupid holes in there, but some idiot did that. Um, the Eliminator high tops don't have a hole for the decomp. Now, I would not own one of these, a high compression one of these, without a decompression valve. Forget it. No, no, no. But this sticker I've never seen. 181 SE, that type of I've never seen that. I don't think a 181 actually came with a high top. It's interesting. It's an interesting piece. So it's quite a mishmash. 260, I think, is actually M10 by 1. I think it's M10, not M12. M12 is 360 and up. 343, 034, and 036 and up to 660. That's M12 by 1. So I think the 260 is M10 by 1 left hand. Oddly enough, same as the 272 XP. Oh, anybody have anything else? Questions, comments, anything? I'm gonna go chill out. I need to. $150 with each arm. Nice. Flywheel side is M8 by 1.0 right hand flywheel side. PTO side, I think, is M10 by 1.0 left hand on an 026. Some of the older ones use M10 by 1.0. So the 288 is actually M10 by 1.0 on the flywheel side, right hand thread. So a lot of the older sides use M10. Price for chain, William. Price for chainsaws, William. At this point, I'm going to give Junkyard first dibs at that. We're gonna talk privately about that. But if indeed, because he's called it, don't forget, you're right. He's called it at this point. I'm going to after if that for whatever reason doesn't work out, then we will let you know. How's that? And welcome, William Mallow. I haven't seen you here. You're welcome to questions, comments, anything, anytime. Disinfect anything. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, James is probably watching. Wish him well. Maybe we'll count him as like my fourth best customer. Who knows? Oh, he's gonna be peeved at me. If I bought a Chinese saw, I want all internals OEMs. Okay, you commented once before here. Yeah, Stanley. It just depends on what you want to do. You know, with these things. The three so far, I've noticed that the 372 you really need to have an OEM crank. So that's definitely there. With the Chinese head, it's really the only realistic way these days to get a big bore head. And so if you want 52 millimeters and single ring, then that's pretty much your only option. Go have ice cream, Larry. It sounds good. Yeah, you gotta have the OEM carburetor. So I have an OEM carburetor on that. Oh, OEM it's OEM cases, OEM crank, OEM carburetor, OEM starter, OEM top cover, OEM air filter, that type of stuff. But the head is significantly worked over. So it's fun saw. Just enough part. Yeah, if I have just enough parts for anything, I'm guaranteed short. Guaranteed. Any connections to Kohler engine parts? No. Yeah, ask Ken. Yeah, ask Ken. Yeah, don't use an AM crank for a 372. Pretty please. I don't have any Kohler engine hookups. Sorry. The last really cool Kohler part that I bought, I think I got on eBay. I actually got a new old stock carburetor for my dad's old tiller, which is really nifty. And that's going to be like put away in a safe for God knows how long, you know? What are the odds? The Hall said, "Oh, I did lower the transfer cable. It runs okay." Yeah, some of them are really hit or miss, though. You know, Larry. So I would. The coils are kind of, it runs or it doesn't. The carburetor, it runs or it doesn't, and by the time you're trying to troubleshoot all that stuff, it just gets nuts. So these days I like the OEM coil. I like the OEM carburetors. I'll fiddle around with the aftermarket head all day long on those. Worst comes to worst, if it gets eaten up or whatever, put an OEM head on it. Not a big deal. Cheapest 372 OEM crank you can find on eBay costs 8. Yeah. Plus ship, right? Not saying it's cheap. Mega, you bring up a fantastic point. You really do. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, these are professional chainsaws. They're not cheap. They're just not. Don't think that they are. Don't think that they're cheap. They're expensive. And I know everybody wants these things for cheap, but they're just really expensive to put together. And if we start with that assumption, then I think life gets a lot better. Because there are so many guys that are just, I just want this to run. I just want this to do this, that, whatever. No, these are professional saws, and they're going to cost you something. So, sorry, buddy. I know there's so much pull to get a. I'll show you. I'll show you right here. It's right here somewhere. Hang on. Pull it right out. I will find it. It is right here. I'm going to show you. Here it is. That's the big end bearing from a Chinese 372 crank. Piece is missing. That tore the motor up. Even a used OEM crank is going to be better than that, I think. Now, to be honest, I have the 660, and that crank is fine. We've been into that saw a ton, and the Chinese crank is fine. I know, Jeeper now, nobody's buying them. Yeah, business is kind of down for a lot of people. And, just like Larry, it's just like, hey, I'm sure Larry's not buying saws. Okay, well, everybody's got to wait till their cash situation improves. Yeah, in an economy like this, I think you can do very well if you have some cash sitting around. Okay, it's time for me to. On that note, it's time for me to go. Again, to my guys that have orders on the tools, I've got 4 pre-orders. People have prepaid, and so I appreciate that. I really do, and I'm just waiting on my my machinist, and they're looking at mid to end of next week is when it'll actually be in my hands, which means I'll be shipping out mid to end of next week, maybe early following week. So I wish it was faster than that. It's not. It's a bit of a delay. Please forgive me. A lot of banks are closing. Ugh. All right. I'll say goodnight, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Been fun. Everybody stay safe. Everybody pray for James. He's still not in a great way. So for James and for the Faust family, we're rooting for you. So everybody hang in there, and we'll talk to you guys later. As soon as I come up with something cool, I will let you know. Have a great night, guys. Bye.